Greetings children. So today we'll study about the dependence of potential difference across a resistor on the current passing through it and determine its resistance. And we'll also plot the graph between V and I. So this is actually a Ohm's law. Let's see the different apparatus we'll be using to verify our Ohm's law. This is your battery eliminator. As you can see here, there are two knobs. One is the black one, another one is the red one. The red one is the positive terminal and the black one is the negative terminal. And then we have this milliammeter. You all can see here the total range of the milliammeter is 0 to 500 milliampere. Since the amount of current is less, so we are using milliammeter here. And from this you can also find out the least count of this instrument. Least count means the minimum reading you can take from that particular instrument. So here the formula for the least count is, your least count is range between the two divisions and divide by the number of divisions. So here we can take 0 to 100 we can take here, and the number of divisions between 0 to 100 are 10. Now this one is the voltmeter, and the total range for the voltmeter is 0 to 3 volt. And here also we can find out the least count. Again the formula remains same. So here to find out the least count, I am taking first two divisions, that is 0 to 0.5, and the number of divisions between them is 10. So let's find out the least count for this also. So this is the least count of milliammeter, and now we have to find out the least count of the voltmeter. So the formula remains same, range between two divisions, that is 0.5 I have taken, and the number of divisions between them is 10. So the least count is 0.05 volt. That means minimum reading I can take from the instrument, that is voltmeter I am using, is 0.05 volt. Now this is rheostat. Rheostat has one movable knob, and these are the two fixed terminals. This is one, and that is movable. This is connected to the movable knob. So by moving this, as you can see, we can move this also. So by moving this, we can increase or decrease the resistance in a particular circuit. Now this is your key, plug-in key. Suppose now in this case I am plugging the key, this is the closed circuit. When I take it out, it becomes an open circuit. So this is your key. This is resistance. So I have taken number of resistances here. The particular I have used in the circuit is of 10 ohm. Now let's see how we can make the connections for Ohm's law. This is negative terminal of the battery. Negative terminal of the battery, I have connected it to the negative end of the milliammeter. Then positive end of the milliammeter, I have connected it to the key. Another end of the key, now it is connected to the resistance. This end is connected to the resistance. Another end of the resistance is connected to the rheostat, fixed end. Then movable end of the rheostat is connected to the positive terminal of the battery eliminator. This circuit I have told you is all the things I have connected in series. Once again, negative terminal of the battery eliminator connected to the negative terminal of the milliammeter. Positive terminal will be connected to the key. Then another end of the key is connected to the resistance. Another end of the resistance is connected to one end of the rheostat. Then another end of the rheostat is connected to the positive terminal of the battery eliminator. This has completed the entire series circuit. Now one thing has to be connected in this circuit, which is connected in parallel, that is voltmeter. We have to calculate the potential drop across this resistance. So as we know, we have to put up the voltmeter in parallel to this resistance. So how I have done this, as you can see, one end of this resistance is connected to the negative terminal, another end of the resistance is connected to the positive terminal. So this is in parallel combination. milliammeter is in series combination and voltmeter is in parallel combination. So this completes a circuit for Ohm's law, and this is rheostat, which will regulate the amount of current within the circuit without changing the value for the battery eliminator. Now let us see how we can take the readings for the Ohm's law. Now to take the readings for the Ohm's law, we will first switch on the battery eliminator, then we will plug in the key. Before we take the readings for the Ohm's law, we can understand the function of rheostat as well. This is the movable knob. So you can see I am moving this movable knob, and with this knob the voltmeter reading and the ammeter reading is also changing. As you can see here, by changing the knob of the rheostat, by changing the value of the rheostat, I can change the reading in the voltmeter as well as the ammeter without changing the voltage. Now let's start taking our readings. In the first set, I am setting my voltmeter and let it be at 2, and in correspondence to this, the ammeter reading here is 200 milliampere. So the first set of the reading is 2 volt and the ammeter reading is 200 milliampere. Here you have to take care here, since we are taking the readings in milliampere, so I have to multiply this with 10 raised to power minus 3 so that I can get my value of current in ampere. In the second set, I am setting my voltmeter value at 1.5 volt. And here against this we can check the milliammeter reading is at 150 milliampere. So let's write 150 milliampere. Now the third set of the reading, and let's set the voltmeter value at 1. Now against this, the ammeter reading here is 100 milliampere. 100 milliampere. Now next one is, since I have to take 5 values, so here I am taking my values to be 5, 6 and 7, 0.7. So it is 0.7, and here it comes out to be 80 milliampere. Now the last set is at 0.5. And here it is 50 milliampere. So all these set of readings I have taken by changing the value of the rheostat. Now these are the 5 sets of reading we have taken for Ohm's law, V and I, and since we know that R is equal to V upon I, so let's see experimentally what is our value for the resistance. Theoretically we have for our resistance is 10 ohm, and let's see how we are getting experimentally. So 2 against 2 volt we are getting a value 200 milliampere. Change it into ampere by multiplying 10 raised to power minus 3. So I am getting my value here 10 ohm. Similarly here also, and here also, if you'll do 1 upon 100 multiply by 1000, you will get your value 10 ohm itself. Now here I am getting something different, 0.7. I'll show you the calculations also. 0.7 divided by 80 multiply by 1000. So this will give me the value 11.4 ohm. And here I'll get my value 10 ohm here only. So these are the 5 set of readings: 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 11.4 and 10 ohm. So if you will plot the graph for V and I, you will get a straight line for all these 5 values. Now in most of the cases I am getting my value 10 ohm here. So it might be the case that while you will do it, so it might be the case in some cases you will get your value 11, somehow around 11 or 12 or around 9. So these are the acceptable values. So now your work is to plot the graph for all these 5 values and get to know whether we are getting the straight line for VI graph or not.